warm-up routine that can be used prior to almost any workout. It's especially good if you're going to be doing some squatting and or some deadlifting and picking things up from the ground. We're going to start on our back with our knees bent. We're going to start with some cog exercises. For this, we're going to look at the 2 hip bones in the front of the hips. We're going to start by tipping these 2 hip bones towards your feet, which is an anterior tilt. As you do that, you'll feel your sternum and your xiphoid process lift towards your head or towards the ceiling, and your chin will tuck to the floor. And we're going to rock back to the floor. As you do this, the sternum will come down towards your pubic bone. I'm going to rock back and forth. Nice and slow. Try to use your breath. So you breathe out as you posterior tilt. Breathe in as you anterior tilt. Do about 3 to 5 of these. Next, we're going to rock our knees side to side. If you let your arms rest out to the side, you might get a little chest stretch at the same time. This, you want to go slow and easy like the waves of the ocean to help increase circulation through your lower back, warm up your hips, and create some blood flow. Again, about 5 to 10 on each side. These 2 exercises are great to do first thing in the morning to help get your body ready to start moving. You can do more or less of them depending on what your body needs at that time. But for a warm-up, 5 repetitions is good. Next, we're going to take a ball or a bench or a chair. Put your feet up onto the ball so that your heels are resting on the ball. Your knees are directly stacked over your hips. Your chin is tucked, your neck is long, your ribs are down. You're going to pick a spot to look at on the ceiling. Let your knees fall out to the side slightly. We're going to do 6 diaphragmatic breaths. Breathing in through the nose for a count of 3. Pause at the top for 1. And blow out through your mouth for a count of 6. In. Pause. Make sure you're not feeling any tension through your neck. One more. Your belly will rise as you inhale and fall as you exhale. We'll push the ball out of the way and we're going to roll over onto our stomach. We're going to take 3 crocodile breaths. For this, you're going to interlace your fingers like this, rest your thumbs together, and your forehead will rest on your hands. 3 breaths here, in for 3. Pause for 1, out for 6. Try and breathe right down into your tailbone. Allow your shoulders to relax out of your ears. Feel your back expand and your sides expand. We'll come up onto our elbows. Plant your elbows directly under your shoulders, palms flat, chin is tucked, neck is long. You're looking straight between your arms. One breath. Good. We're going to look up to the ceiling as you breathe in and blow out as you look down. 3 times. These are head nods. Next, we're going to look at our feet. Only go as far as is comfortable for you. Remember to keep breathing, especially with the exhale. Nice and slow. Use your eyes to lead your motion. Now we'll press up onto hands and knees, and we're going to go into our cat-cow, leading with the lower back. Again, we're going to tip your pelvis, the ASIS in the front of the hip bones, towards the ground, which will extend your spine. Your rib cage will open, and you're going to lift the sternum. Keep your eyes for this looking straight between your hands. So your head is just moving in relationship to your spine, but not moving extra. Tucking under. Extend. Lift the xiphoid process in the sternum. Flex. And your back will round. This time I want you to lead with your rib cage. So let your xiphoid process go down towards the ground. As that goes, just a slight motion through the pelvis. And then the rib cage will tuck xiphoid process towards the pelvic bone. And we tuck our pelvis into a posterior tilt. One more. Again, we'll do about 3 to 5 of these with each workout. If you need a break, come up, let your hands circle up. We're going to go into a quadruped rock. For this, you want your knees about hip distance apart, maybe a little bit wider. Toes are tucked under. We're going to sit back to our heels and pull forward. And 5. Next, we're going to do the same motion, but have one leg out to the side. This, you're going to feel a nice stretch on the inner thigh, potentially on the down leg as well. You can play around with your foot position to find whatever feels most comfortable. Sometimes I do it with my foot up, and sometimes I do the foot down. Try and make sure that you're going straight back towards your heels and not drifting off to the side. And then we do the second side, 5 repetitions. You may note that one side is tighter than the other. Just take note of that and respect it and adapt as you need to. From here, again, take a break on your wrists. We're going to come up into a half kneeling position. So the front foot is directly under the knee and the back toes are tucked under. You're going to do a posterior tilt of the pelvis, so lifting those ASIS towards your rib cage. Pick a spot to look at straight ahead, and we're going to rock forward and back, getting a stretch in the down leg, the front of the down leg. If your front leg is tight in through the hip, you might feel some pressure in through the front of the hip. Just keep that comfortable. You can adjust your foot if you need to for now. Good. We'll switch sides. So we're looking for a 90-degree angle with the front leg. Down leg is directly underneath your knee, underneath your hip. Toes are tucked under. We're doing a posterior tilt of the pelvis here. You might feel a stretch right there. That's okay. That's what you'd hold. If you're able, rock in and out. Just create some hip extension through this down leg. Good. Now we're going to go from down dog to plank. So for start in a plank position, push your hips up towards the ceiling, letting your trunk go back, your bottoms up towards the ceiling. You are stretching through the calves and getting nice and long. And then we rock into a plank. Back and forth 5 times. And we'll come stand. We're going to do knee grabs, 5 on each side. You can walk with these or you can do them standing in place. Butt kicks. Try to make sure that the knee isn't forward, but more straight down to the floor. Frankenstein walks. Only kick as high as you can. Keep your knee as straight as you're able. Chest tall, ribs down, neck long. Pick your focus to look at. And then open the gate. Forgot which way I was going. Close the gate. You're all warmed up, ready to go. You've loosened your hips up. You've loosened your shoulders up. We've loosened, we started to stabilize our core and our hips. Get after your workout.